What's good, YouTube? Because of Coffee here. So, we're diving into some more MC Abdul for you guys today. This is a shorter one. It's a free verse called Palestine. Very excited to check out some more MC Abdul. What he has given us so far has opened the door for us to really discuss unity and love inside of the world. And that is a big theme on this channel because there is so much darkness and violence and destruction going on around us at this point of humanity, and trying to raise awareness about being more united, I think, is one of the most important things that anybody can do in the world right now. So I've really made it my goal to get on here every day and try to unite people and make people feel less alone and help them navigate through the problems that they're going through in their life, and try to provide some solid advice and maybe possible solutions to the way that we as a society view these things and handle these problems. I think it's very important to have these discussions. They're very difficult to have, as we know, but they are necessary, and an artist like MC Abdul has allowed us to very openly talk about this from an honest perspective that has seen it firsthand in MC Abdul. It is a lot to process, it's a lot to take in, it's very emotional, but I'm so glad that we have started doing MC Abdul on here. I appreciate everybody who is subscribed, everybody that is new here. If you are here for the first time today, go ahead and subscribe for me. We talk about mental health, addiction, world issues, everything in between. We break down all these lyrics, discuss the topics inside of it. Like I said, an artist like MC Abdul is absolutely important, and I believe necessary in the society that we are currently facing right now. So, without any further ado, we're going to get into this. I appreciate all of you tuning in. I'm Vakasa Kavi. A reaction video a day or two. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. This is MC Abdul, Palestine, Freeverse.
Palestine's been occupied for decades, but a home for...
Okay. He used an Eminem beat. Alright, I appreciate that. I appreciate this right out of the gate. He's using an Eminem beat right here. I like it. I fuck with it. Excuse the language, but you have to fucking appreciate that he picked an Eminem beat for that. Very great beat selection for something like this. A little quick free verse like this. The cleaning out my closet beat. Very emotional beat, very proper kind of beat for a topic like this. So now let's begin. I just had to address that beat for a moment because I got really excited when I heard that's what he had selected.
Palestine's been occupied for decades, but a home for centuries. This land is generations of my family's memories. To plant, grow, and nurture the symbol of peace. The olive trees guaranteed that our people could eat. Living with limitations, pushed down by the occupation. Wanna see the pain? Take a look at the people's faces. Imagine being kicked out of the only house you ever known. We're praying for our souls while they're preying on our homes. It's not easy to put this into words. Looking at my baby sister, is this something she deserves? Growing up in a world where she's not treated the same, denied the right to live free because of where she came. They wanna occupy this land, won't let them occupy my mind. I stay occupied aside as I write about my life, because my only mission is to make people listen. This one's for Sheikh Jarrah, hoping it can make a difference. Cause the same thing happened in 48. My grandparents got evicted and forced to move away to the refugee camp in Gaza. No, nothing has changed. They can never return, so that's where I am today. Getting calls from cousins to see if I am alive. This year is not fireworks that are lighting the sky. We're trying to celebrate an Eid and keep the faith. I guess you could say it's how memories are made. Palestine.
Wow, I didn't want to pause that at all. It was a short free verse, right? And the storytelling, the amount that he had to say in such a short period of time, he covered so much ground right here let's talk about these lyrics right here. MC Abdul, this is a fantastic, fantastic, quick free verse right here with Cleaning Out My Closet beat from Eminem. His cadence is so on point. The way he rolls his words to fit the like more syllables in, the way he flips it to fit the larger words inside of his schemes and add that roll into it. His fucking cadence is very on point. He has a very on point cadence. You can tell that he's paid attention to all of the classic flows inside of hip hop that many MCs learn from. You can definitely hear the influence, right? I love it. His flow is on point. So, what he said here: Palestine's been occupied for decades, been our home for centuries. This land is generations, all my family's memories. To play and grow and nurture, the symbol of peace. The olive trees guarantee that our people could eat. Wow. Olive trees, man. Wow. Symbol of peace, all my family's memories, he said. Man. Occupied for decades, though, right? Occupied for decades, but been the home for centuries, right? Saying these bloodlines go back centuries, man. Like, I don't think people realize the gravity of a situation like this in some instances. Like, bloodlines are at stake. Very, very historic bloodlines and stuff like that, you know? Bloodlines that go back centuries are at stake with the situation that is occurring right now. That is not something to mess about with, right? You guys understand what I'm saying when I say that. I know you do. That is not something to go and mess about with at all, right? Man. He said, living with limitations pushed down by the occupation. Want to see the pain, take a look at the people's faces. He's saying just simply go look it up. Find an article, find footage of what is going on, and look at the faces of the people around. You can see the fear, you can see the anxiety, you can see the trauma inside of just looking at it on a news source from film. Like, he's saying, he's literally being like, it's that simple. He's really just trying to get people to look in that direction and realize what's going on, because I think so many people don't even want to look at it, or they're like, oh, I'm not there, so it's not my problem, when in reality, conflicts like this affect the gravity of how the whole world is going to turn out. It affects you much more than you might think. Just because you're far away and can't see it in front of you does not mean the butterfly effect. It does not exist, right? So those are things that we have to consider whenever these things are happening in the world. We have to solve this quickly as possible. It needs to be resolved. Man, imagine being kicked out of the only house you ever known. We're praying for our souls while they're preying on our homes. Wow. He's saying this is how messed up the situation is. It's actually genuinely angering. It makes me angry when I think about this. They can't close the doors, as he said in one of the previous songs. They can't close their doors because the handle takes too long. But leaving their doors open is the access to leaves the access open to all of the harm that they are praying against as well. They can't win. Could you imagine being in that type of situation in your life? They can't win. They can't close the door. They can't leave the door open. It doesn't matter either way. It's not safe. Like, you have to understand how bad this really is. It's not something we can just gloss over and not talk about. I don't care where you're from. It's not something that we can just gloss over because we aren't there. This is happening. And MC Abdul has taken it upon himself to represent all of them, which is a very, very beautiful and humble action for him to take, especially as a 15-year-old, right? That is a heavy weight to bear on your back, and it's admirable that he's chosen to do this with himself. Man, said it's not easy to put into words. Looking at my baby sister, is this something she deserves? Man, holy shit. Wow. Like, he's not even thinking about himself at this point anymore. He's looking at the ones in the family that are younger than him, being like, I know that I can stand up and say something about this, but you're like young and defenseless and barely even understand the world, and I'm just looking like how you were born into this, right? And what the world is to you from birth. Like, he's feeling that empathy while standing boldly inside of himself, doing what he's doing with his music. This is MC Abdul is going to be one of the most important artists of this entire generation moving forward. This is one of the most important artists in the world right now. I really look forward to the next releases from him as well. I cannot wait to see what else he has to say about the world, even things outside of his direct conflict, just other things that he might like to rap about and sing about, other parts of life once all of this can be handled and everything like that. Man, he has a very bright future as an artist. He really can spit and string words along together and properly tell a story. This hits you in your soul because he's saying it exactly as it needs to be said. I haven't heard it said this well, even by like grown adults that I've seen discuss it, right? His bluntness and realism of the situation from a direct perspective is exactly what the world needs right now. Oh boy. He said, growing up in a world where she's not treated the same, denied the right to live free because of where she came. They want to occupy this land, won't let them occupy my mind. I say occupy this side as I write about my life. Man. Denied the right to live free because of where she came. That is so disgusting that we have that happening in the world still. How is that still a mindset that we have inside of the world? It doesn't even make sense at this point. Like, humanity has been around long enough that we should know better. I don't get it. I don't understand the hatred and all of the evil. I truthfully do not understand where all of this could possibly stem from. It just has to be some kind of brain defect or something to have any sense of division just based on where somebody is from. It's got to be some kind of brain defect or like demons. I swear. I don't know what else to call it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just disgusting and doesn't even make sense in the slightest. Like, what is going on, man? Why are people like this towards each other? Why are we divisive like this and destructive and evil like this? It's so mind-boggling. I don't understand, man. I really don't. Wow. Because my only mission is to make people listen. This one's for Shajara. Is that how he said it? Is it Shajara? I believe that's how he said that. Hoping it can make a difference because the same thing happened in 48. Wow, that's a long way back, man. He knows his history, right? And I'm sure that that's a thing that is ensured to be taught by families there, right? Very traditional, right? Sense of history. And it's very, very, it's a very, very royal history, too, right? Very rich history. It's mind-boggling that it's come to this, right? It's fucking insane. Like I don't even know how to put it into words. The feelings that it gives me inside. It's disappointment, really. Disappointment is what I feel, truthfully, when I see things like this happening. It's very disappointing to me. My grandparents got evicted and forced to move away to the refugee camp in Gaza. Now, nothing has changed. They could never return. So this is where I am today, getting calls from the cousins to see if I am alive. This here is not fireworks that are lighting the sky. We're trying to celebrate Eid and keep the faith. I guess you could say it's how memories are made. Palestine. Wow. Wow. The reality, man. He's so real. He's so real. And like I've said already to you guys, we have to do better, man. We gotta do better, and we need to solve these problems. We need to love each other, man. We gotta spread love and unity. We have to encourage each other to become better versions of ourselves and empathize with the people that are going through these situations and don't judge them harshly upon them seeking help somewhere. Because I think that's an issue that we have is when things like this are going on, refugee situations get viewed with a lot of poor judgment by uneducated and ignorant people. And that's all it really is. I don't even think that it's direct hatred. I think it's just uneducated and being ignorant to the actual situations and scenarios that are going on, right? If you're actually educated and you take the time to really consider what is going on, I believe that you'll arrive at a point of empathy to people that are seeking that help and that aid, and you'll go out there and fucking help yourself at some point, right? Whether it be charity or giving whatever you can to help out with food and resources or that sort of stuff, or whether you're somebody who has the capability to even give people places to stay that are safe and that sort of thing. I think that it's very important that we raise more awareness and educate people more on what's actually happening so that they don't have that ignorant perspective. Because, like I said, I really don't think that most perspectives like that directly come from hate. A lot of it's learned and taught behavior and being ignorant and uneducated to the actual circumstances, which is very easy to happen in a world that likes to paint narratives and separate people from each other for the sake of power in the money game. That's what it all boils down to. And they use organized religion to spark wars. They use beliefs to spark wars and spark division between people and get them into different groups and sects that almost try to run like gangs at certain points. And it all just boils over and has this big division that we've arrived at. And like I said, I just think that the people that are a little bit ignorant to it, that's where their perspective comes from. So it's important to educate those people instead of getting angry at them and yelling at them and having that like whole argument. Actually educate and show them exactly what's going on, and then it'll click in the brain for itself if you can get them to just look at it actually and see it for themselves, because seeing is believing, and a lot of people will tell you that. So I mean, it's just you have to get it out there to be seen by people, and it's buried. They don't want it to be seen in the media and all places of the world. It's very, very locked down. You have to seek it out. It's not like super front headline. When I'm scrolling, it's very, very far and few in between that anything will pop up about this. I have to go look it up if I want to find something out that has been happening. It is not pushed in the algorithms or anything like that at all. So you can take that for what it is and realize that they are not trying to have people be educated about this stuff. They just want it all to stay divided and for ignorant people to have uneducated opinions and arrive at uneducated conclusions. So we need to just educate people about this and spread the unity and spread the love. I hope you guys could get something out of this video. MC Abdul is a legend for standing up like this and telling his story and using it to spread awareness about this situation. Very much so a legend. Thank you guys for introducing me to him. Thank you guys for the requests. We have more artists coming that talk about this kind of stuff as well. I think Raheen is one that you guys requested that we're going to get on. Raheen, I believe, is how it's pronounced. You said there were subtitles for it. So we're going to get into that stuff as well. I appreciate you guys tuning in. The original video will be in the description. Subscribe to MC Abdul. Support all the artists we have on the channel. That's what we do this for. Get the music and the message out into the world. Spread some knowledge. Things like this are very important and difficult to talk about sometimes, and MC Abdul has opened up a doorway for us to really, really dive into this and openly talk about it. I hope that the message of unity and the message of love can resonate with you, and if you're somebody who doesn't know very much about these types of things in the world or whatever, I hope maybe I could open your eyes a little bit to a different perspective on those kinds of things. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Because of coffee, a reaction video a day or two. Keep the doctor away. Fuck those apples. Leave a like for me. Comment those suggestions. Subscribe up this way. Bang the notification bell for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you so much. Have a beautiful one. Keep everyone in your prayers. Peace.